Does this video feel familiar? Do you know that feeling after a game of League of Legends where you just think, why did I do this to myself? Why do I make myself suffer? Well, then you're probably an ADC main. 4 ganks by the enemy jungler, while your jungler is still playing GeoGuessr trying to find the location of your lane. Your support has left you once the first objective spawned, and now you're just in a constant 1v2. The first team fight comes up, and somehow you are more targeted than when you were in middle school and opened the first package of gum. No one's there to hold your hand, no one peels, no one in your team says, I got you. Except for the enemy ADC, who's busy stealing your farm and your support. But what if I told you that none of this was your fault? What if I told you you were actually being scammed by Riot Games? I have the solution to bring light to your life again, to make your games look like this instead, to make you feel less like a punching bag of the entire game, but instead the one who holds all the cards, the one who carries, the one who's being praised, the one who brings home glory. You could be that person, and all it takes is one simple step. Let me introduce you to the concept of reject tradition and embrace modernity. Why would you willingly put yourself into the victim role when there's so many other roles you could play instead? League of Legends is a game full of meta shifts, and why wouldn't you want to be the one to shift the meta? Why wouldn't you want to be the one who actually steps up and starts the revolution? Let me tell you about how you can play ADC without being an ADC. Let me tell you about how you can carry any game you want to, how you can rank up to Grandmaster within 2 business days. Let me tell you how to get your life back together as an ADC main. Our journey today shall start with the revolutionary pick of Sion. You know what? I was still cautious. I was already starting to get a whiff of, I don't want to play ADC anymore, but I didn't just trust myself yet. But seeing a Sion pick, I knew what I had to do. I knew what time it was. That is right, boys, we lock in ADC Heimendinger. Let's get this bread. Now obviously you have a wide variety of champions you can pick as ADC, which aren't necessarily ADCs. I would personally still recommend choosing something with a little bit of range, because especially if you go against like a Lux and Caitlyn combo, you can put yourself at a disadvantage. That being said, you always have to remember you are not a weak little ADC anymore. Now you are someone who can actually play the game. While I was enjoying my newfound freedom and the power that I had, my support got into a little bit of trouble, so I was obviously there to help, because you know what, I was no longer an ADC who had to stand behind minions and cower in fear. I was my own person. So I did a tactical reset and I was like, okay, I'm gonna dominate them. I even had TP, so I could reset way faster than them. You know what I figured out though, which is just a little pro tip for you guys, so you can only buy like the TP thing, like once the TP is active, you can't buy. I thought it was going to be very time efficient here, but so yeah, I went back without items, but who needs them? Because I'm not an ADC. I'm no longer weak like that. I'm no longer item dependent like that. I can still get a kill without buying items. And you know what? This Caitlyn really thought they were going to do something. But you know what? They forgot their place. They forgot that at the end of the day, they are just a little ADC, and the little flash is not going to kill. Because you know what? They're simply not good. And let this be a reminder, guys, to never play any ADC characters in the ADC role, because you are just weak. Even when my support decided to go get some milk and leave me alone on bot lane, I wasn't scared. Because on one hand, I was used to this. My dad also went to get milk. He never came back, which is kind of crazy, because I did want to ask him who he got milk for, because I'm lactose intolerant, so surely he didn't get the milk for me. But anyways, on the other hand, I'm no longer a weak ADC, so I can hold my own in the 1v2, and I don't even need my support necessarily. So I can have my support help secure objectives and everything, which at the end of the day is, as Max Verstappen would say, simply lovely. So I was down here. I mean, obviously I had to limit test a little bit, because, you know, it's still a Lux Caitlyn combo. Like, they can trap me and then I'm kind of like done for, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me. I could like generally feel the confidence curse through me, and I was ready to do everything. And you know what? Ready I was. And I got a kill in a 1v2, easy like that, and even the Caitlyn was scared to fight me at this point. That being said, it does make me feel a bit lonely, and I was a little jealous of my support just getting to do a gap year basically, but it was okay, you know, I knew my time was about to come at some point as well, so I was fine to just like invest into some stocks, aka minions, and make my, you know, get my funny up and my money up. And you know what? When my support finally did show up again, I was ready to tower dive with this guy. Like, we were one, we are a unit. We probably haven't seen each other like in 20 years, but you know what? We are about to lock in on the worst possible tower dive that you've ever seen in your entire life. Thank you very much. I just wanted to showcase that even a perfect player is not always perfect. You know, just keep that in mind, guys. Sometimes shit happens. I did apologize though, because I'm not an ADC, so I'm not gonna blame anyone. But I did take that as a sign that I should probably spend some time reflecting on my life choices and see how far I've come, or in this case haven't come. So I decided to go on my own little journey, and I stumbled upon this little kindred in our jungle, and I was like, damn, you know what? Maybe this is what I've been chasing this entire time. And yeah, I missed it, but yeah, I got a support for it, and you know what? That's kind of great. But yeah, my gap year was over. It was time to return to my home place, to my lane, and I just want to show you guys all the things you can get away with not being an ADC. I mean, I tanked an ult already, I tanked a very strong, powerful attack, but I was still confident. I saw the flash, I knew this Caitlyn wasn't sure. The flash is usually a sign of being sure, but then she popped barrier, then she stood there, and I was like, yeah, you don't know, man. You don't know, you're just experiencing the cheeky little ADC experience because you forced yourself to actually play a character that was meant for this role. And I mean, aside from that, I was actually useful for the team as well. I didn't just need to stand somewhere under a tower because at a certain point just one auto attack could basically kill me. No, I was fine. I could split push for my team. I wasn't just a weak little ADC who had to constantly be handheld by my team. No, I could go top lane. And I could even go for plays like this, you know, standing in a bush, being creepy and shit, because even if I was alone without the team, I knew I could get away with it. That being said, I stood in this bush for 5 minutes, and this LeBlanc chose the exact second I left the bush to walk into my trap. That's a little unfortunate, but I still get the kill, because you know what? I'm not just an ADC. I am simply better and simply stronger.
Mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
And I mean, obviously we have to take the weird fight where like everybody just kind of stands around Ataka, no one really knows what to do. We're all just kind of standing there with our Wiener Wonkers out and like playing a little bit of Willy Wonka. And yeah, but look at the impact I can have in this fight. Like, I mean, I can just literally stand around, run around a bit, and like, I mean, we lose the Ataka, but it's just because they had smite, you know, guys, like that's fine. But I had impact in there. And that's what matters at the end of the day. So yeah, after that, what more can I say, guys? I can just go top lane, you know, I can just push for this tower here, I take it, you know what, we just end the game after this. Like, what do you want me to say? If you willingly play ADC and play the role of ADC, then it's your fault if you suffer. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. As an ADC main, I'm gonna be the one to say, do not do it to yourself. The only ADC you can play is Ziggs. Let me tell you about Ziggs next game. But do not do it, guys. Your mental health is very important to me, and I would advise against playing an ADC in the ADC role. Trust me. You can do so much better than that, and you deserve so much better than that, guys. It's just to prove that this was an actual ranked game. In case you guys don't believe me, this was silver. I mean, obviously silver is kind of troll. But yeah, it worked in rank, guys. So these are my credentials right here. It's the damage wins, in case anybody's curious. Obviously, I'll damage the Caitlyn, just simply easy like that. And yeah, probably gonna turn this into a series actually. And if you want to see some more champs, or if you have some more suggestions for good ADCs, or you need some live tips, make sure to follow. And thank you, guys.